Gord Price this morning. Gord, you've a former MPA member on the Vancouver City Council. You've sat on the TransLink board. What is your view of what happened yesterday?
Oh, bad timing. Yeah, no, this is not good. Raises a larger question, though. We've got an almost 30-year-old system here. We use it a lot. Can we maintain it to deliver the level of service, pretty much 100%, that we've expected?
So what can TransLink do at this point, Gord? The second stoppage, significant delay in the last week. What can they do to restore confidence with its riders that are clearly frustrated at what's taking place?
Well, the mayors are going to be asking a lot of the same questions. I think probably certainly a report, a review, maybe even an inquiry to deal with this larger issue. What do we need to do to spend to make sure that this system delivers the level of performance we expect?
And speaking to that, Gord, what can TransLink do to regain the trust of people who have clearly lost faith in this system?
Well, that can only be done through performance. We're so dependent on it, hundreds of thousands of us. Here's a fun fact. Commercial and Broadway Station alone gets more use, more traffic, more people than YVR, our airport. So the system is just indispensable to the lifeblood of this city, and that can only be earned by good performance.
You know, response is a key point in this issue, and TransLink has come out and saying, hey, we have a 95% reliability rate when it comes to our system. Gord, what do you think about this? The delays were significant, 4 to 5 hours some people were complaining about. What can they do to change the response time, and what is realistic?
Well, I do think in one respect, we have to give them a break. Have you ever used a computer that didn't go down on you? Is there a system that you're aware of that doesn't fail? 95% is pretty good. There's no transit system I know that can deliver 100%. We couldn't afford it even if we wanted it. So to some degree, 95% is probably a good performance rate. The question in the future is, can we maintain it?
But what about the response time? I think that's the key that some people were frustrated with, because it's fair to say, you know, things will break down, but the idea of waiting 4 to 5 hours to try and get where you want it to be, that's the question here.
Yeah, it sure is a good question, and I suspect there are going to have to be some answers on that one too, if, and this is the question, isn't it, if we're going to be expecting more of this kind of failure in the future.
There is that mentality here, the expectation of it being a 100% reliable, but that is not something that we see in other large cities around the world where transit systems do go down. Is it time perhaps to have an action plan for when something like this happens? Because we keep hearing that when people pry open the doors and step out onto the tracks, that takes longer for the system to come back online.
Well, that's a real dangerous situation, too, and it prevents the system from being booted up again. So, yeah, I think so. But the larger question here is probably the important one in the context of the upcoming referendum. How much are we prepared to spend to maintain the asset we've got, much less expand it, and continue to adopt new technology? The world isn't going to stop for us, even if we think we should, because we can't afford it. So let's have a review on that question, too.
Well, we're looking forward to more reaction from TransLink on this one. Gord Price, Director of the City Program at Simon Fraser University. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Anytime.
Great blog Gord has called Price Tags if you want to keep up to date on what is going on around the world.